All ancient civilizations depicted and believed flat Earth. Then NASA came and brought with them globe Earth. Astrology and flat earthers are always symbiotic. If you think of it as a ball spinning, constantly chasing the sun, your constellations will change. On a flat earth, it all makes sense since our constellations are on the same pattern and on the same location. We are not moving. Compasses only works when Earth is flat and level. That is always drawn to the center of North Pole all the time. And that is how it works. The Gleason map of 1982 shows this point. The 1569 Mercator projection of North Pole, in it, there's a magnetic black rock, which is known as the Rupes Negra, provided a supposed explanation on why all compasses point on that exact location. This isn't fictional, it is a document that is studied and navigated throughout the years. This should be the map of the world, but of course, they all wanted fiction. Here we have a flight path from Argentina to India. Why stop over in Europe and not Africa? And if you ask me why is that, it's so obvious that the Earth is not a globe. I mean, if you are a great pilot, your flight path should be from Argentina to Africa stopover, then India, right? Changing flight path this way, it only means that they need to prove a globe Earth. And it is so funny to even think of it. The same flight path of Dallas, Calgary, and Beijing. Some things that adding up in this globe route. The flat Earth Gleason map is both scientifically and practically correct. A standard map of the world even before way back the secret societies came along with the elites. Stars that twinkling above looks like this, luminous, and it is together with the waters above. All those people who contributed about heliocentric model, founded, nurtured, and enforced by Jesuits. The idea of solar system has infected the entire masses since childhood with a nihilistic and sadistic mindset that only set path of distraction. This is before and after Photoshop. I mean, you just can't be out there because pressured gas requires containment. A vacuum chamber also requires a containment. They fake all this moon landing just for you to believe a globe Earth. Sun and moon are local and not 93 million miles away. Because if that is 93 million miles away and wider than Earth, then you have to explain this light race. Here, this is called the solar geometry, the measurement of the angle of the sun to the Earth. And this can only be calculated on a flat surface. Undersea cables are meant to be down there because there's no way satellites outside space. NASA lost the entire technology that they supposed to use on the moon landing. But Elon already making tech that is not out of tinfoil. If it's not globe, then why boats disappear when far away? Now, we have what we call the linear perspective, and it has three main components, which is the vanishing point, the horizontal line, and the orthogonal line. Vanishing point on the horizon, where all the lines on a ground level come together. Horizontal line is a place where the land and the sky meet, and this is always equal to our eye level. The orthogonal line is imaginary, that go back to the vanishing point. Again, you can only have one horizon line, because you can only have one eye level at a time. I mean, what curve are we talking about? Radar system surveying, flight dynamics, celestial navigation, GPS triangulation, the missile trajectory. All of this use a flat Earth model. The Earth is flat, covered with firmament, surrounded by infinite waters and motionless. To the next generations, please do ask questions, especially to the things they taught you, because most of it are fictions.
How can you circumnavigate on a flat Earth? Well, from east to west. North is in the center. And if you do fly east or west, you have to do a big curve.
Excuse me, stewardess. Why is the plane doing this bendy thing?
You mean following the curvature of the Earth?
Map looks flat to me, so can you tell the pilot to fly straight? We're trying to get out.
That's because north is in the center and you're flying around north. They have never circumnavigated north to south. On a ball, you wouldn't even have to turn. You would just start going around that ball straight, and you would make that circle around the sphere. You know, every time NASA gives us that official photograph of Earth from space, we don't really think twice. You know, we look at it, it's like, oh, cool, there we go. It's when you get them all in the same room together and compare them to each other that you realize they've been giving us cartoons this whole time and telling us that they're exploring space and looking back at Earth and taking a snap photograph. Yeah, these are not photographs. These are obvious cartoon CGI.
All right, here comes your Nikon P1000 sun test. Let's see what we can see at 93 million miles away. Man, y'all check out this raw power, dude. This thing is strong. You know what's weird? 93 million miles away, huh? This camera, man, this camera don't play them. Look at those sunspots. Now, I'm going to keep a real close eye on these sunspots because, you know, the sun's supposed to be rotating as they say, I believe. Am I right? And those sunspots are always in the same spot, allegedly, is what I've been told. So, we're going to look into it more and see what's going on with that. But, yeah, pretty much, man, just playing around with it. I put a different filter that I ordered for my, you know, just for the sun, because you'll burn your sensor up with the P9000. You got to be careful, you know, because it can see 93 million miles away, so you have to have, you know, a good filter on it. I don't know, man, it's a lot of fun, though. It's definitely been well worth getting. See, I can zoom all the way in on the sunspots, but as you can see, they get a little bit, you know, blurry. But I would highly recommend, if you get the chance to get one of these cameras, to get them, because now they're discontinued. So you know what that means.
Good morning. Aloha from Florida. So when it comes to truth versus lies, truth creates confidence and lies create arrogance. That's light and dark. This truth and lies battle that I seem to find myself in on the flat earth versus the globe religion, or the blue ball religion, like I call it, it shows a lot of ignorance and arrogance, immaturity, and even anger. I-A. Think about these words: ignorance, arrogance, immaturity, and anger. I deal with this almost daily from people who want to continue the belief that the earth is a spinning wet rock in outer space. In reality, our observable objective reality is flat and stationary. In reality, the earth is an intelligently designed, enclosed electrical, topographical, stationary plane that we commonly call flat earth. But the idea is that the earth is a globe. The lies, based on the heliocentric hypothesis, from the Big Bang to the baby of the Big Bang, the globe, to the evolution delusion, to the dinosaurs being fake and plastic bones in all the museums. Yes, there were dragons. Yes, there were giants. Yes, there were other large creatures, but not dinosaurs like is taught from the government indoctrination camps. So all of these lies, lie upon lie upon lie upon lie, ignorance, if you will, has made people arrogant in their belief system and immature, and usually it ends up in anger, where people are getting triggered because you're telling them you've been lied to. The earth is not a ball. The earth is not a globe. The sun is not the center of anything. Nothing's going around the sun. Our sun is not a star. Stars are not suns. When you tell simple truths to people who believe these things, that the sun is big and huge and attracting everything, when you contradict what they were taught to believe, a lot of times anger is the result, or the fruit. So truth has fruit and lies have fruit. The fruit of truth is confidence, is a sense of peace and freedom, a closer connection to spirit. That's the fruit of truth. The fruit of lies, the fruit of the deception in this realm, is ignorance, arrogance, immaturity, and anger much of the time. So if you want more peace in your life, seek and find the truth. One of the big truths is that the earth is flat and stationary, that this is an intelligently designed system, and you can prove this to yourself pretty easily if you are willing to go do some actual long-distance observations yourself and start watching the sky. The sky is a huge one for me. It's like a divine clock up there. So anyway, that's enough for today. Have a good one. Try to seek and find the truth so that you can create more peace for yourself and for this realm. Have a great day. God bless.
This is a Nikon P1000 and it's discontinued. And well, if you ask me, if I was Nikon, I would discontinue it too. And you're asking why? A lot of people were doing some crazy stuff with this camera, like zooming in to so-called planets and seeing what they really look like, or zooming into ships that supposedly went over the curve of the Earth. Essentially what these cameras can do, to put it in perspective, this is what you get from NASA at the top, and this is what you get when you actually zoom in with one of these cameras. CGI, real. CGI, real. Like, come on, guys. But these are some pictures that NASA took in 2012 and 2013 of the Earth. And if you look, 2012, America is massive. 2013, a lot smaller. It's kind of weird if you ask me.
Really simple. If you think of the Earth like a dartboard and lay it flat, that bullseye is just like the North Pole. And almost directly over that in the sky is the North Star, Polaris. And every heavenly luminary that we can see, the sun, the moon, the planets, and the fixed constellations, all move in perfect repeating cycles around that magnetic center. And anybody with some intellectual honesty, anybody with some sincerity that will go out and start watching the night sky and start watching the path of the sun and the moon through the sky can watch the same exact patterns of the ancient people from thousands of years ago still aligning perfectly today, because we live, it seems, under a divinely designed clock, or an intelligently designed clock. Everything works on perfect repeating cycles. We are not the result of a big bang explosion of nothing accidentally that just caused everything to expand into the nothingness. No, this is an intelligently designed system. The divine order that we see everywhere, from the sky down to our DNA, to the trees and the birds and the fish and all the other critters, everything is intelligently designed. It has intelligence deeply ingrained within it. We are not an accident. Everything that you can see was done or created on purpose. Now, who that creator is, I'm not going to presume to know. Any religion in the world would be glad to give you their opinion of who that is, but I think each of us individually have to seek and find that for ourselves. But here's what the truth does for me. What I just shared with you was a geocentric model, which is the truth. Truth creates peace. Truth creates life. Truth is like light. Lies create confusion. Our lives are like a darkness where you're in the dark and there's no light, you can't see. There is no sight without light. You have to have some light to be able to see. And this entire globe theory, or heliocentric hypothesis, or what I like to call the blue ball religion, it's a deep darkness where people cannot see anything. Their lives lack purpose, their lives lack meaning. Even religious people who
Interesting conversation I had in the chat. There was a guy saying bigot, throwing that around, calling flat earthers bigots and things like that. Now, I said, well, if you hate a marginalized group like flat earthers, does that make you a bigot? And he goes, oh, you saying flat earth's a religion? I said, no, I'm saying it's a marginalized group, though, you know, a group that's treated unfairly. And he went to say, oh, no, you guys are not marginalized group. But think about it, though. I know flat earthers who have gotten fired from their jobs, disowned by their families, made fun of, mocked, ridiculed every single day by countless people. They have been shunned by society. They've had social media accounts permanently taken down, called stupid. In fact, they've set flat earth as a bar for it. Like, here's stupid. Flat earth. It's been set as a sociological bar of ignorance. If you are in that group, you are the dumbest person alive. Just because you've heard marginalized groups in different contexts doesn't mean that flat earthers are not a marginalized group. And even if that's not reality, well, they've created that social climate around it, either using, I don't know, science communicators to mock us, or AI algorithms even, artificial intelligent social media accounts, but it floods in the mockery, the ridicule, the hatred. I would say that flat earthers are definitely a marginalized group.
I've only been on TikTok for like a couple weeks because my mom told me to get on there because she said, oh, you'll like it. They talk about STEM and all that. You'll like it. So I got on there and I'll text you, George, or whatever. But, you know, and I got on his stream. I tried to be nice. He butchered the 3-body problem because he just wanted to get on to see if we knew that Israel was getting fined for 23andMe. That was the real purpose. He was getting on to do some sort of psyop. But anyhow, so I've decided that the Earth is indeed very flat, and I don't know everything, and I don't need to know everything. But I know that it's more important to focus on paperclip. But anyway, so yeah, I am as of like 30 seconds. The Earth is flat. It is so flat because of that simple fact that you guys will talk about the reality that matters, and they won't.
So
because there's like 8 of them, and they're funding this. They're making. You know, they'll be the new middle class.
Well, guess who's in the money? Me! Who's got a wad of money? Me. Guess who's going shopping? I wonder how many hundreds of dollars I've got. Oh, hold on. What's this? What? It's not money at all. Ah.
It came in the mail and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online. But if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.